notice that on the front side you have a fin here, and if you flip it over, you're going to put another fin here. Okay, so notice on the front you have a place that says PR. You have two fins. One says PR1, one says PL1. Okay, PR1
so we put PR1
goes on the right, it goes on this side. PR goes with PR, so you want to glue that down.
PR goes with PR. That's
CPR.
Okay, and you just glue it down just like that.
So we put it where again?
PR goes to PR right here on the side. And then you will notice the other one says L, and that goes on the lateral side, which is the back. Like this right here, PL. Now, he's got several fins, and we'll talk about his fins later, but right now, just make sure that you got your fins glued on. And we're going to stop for a few minutes and let these dry before we start again. Okay? We're going to start with the AB1, which is considered your air bladder. I'll show you what that looks like in here. AB1 is your air bladder. It's purple. It should be purple. And you can see that your air bladder is right here. Okay? It's going to be one of the first things that it is going to be the first internal flap thing that we glue down. Okay?
It goes with A to B.
It's AB1. You're going to glue it to AB. Now, this is really, this is your air bladder. This is where it stores some liquid waste.
So wait, we put
And it inflates and deflates. Inflates and deflates. And they use that to maintain buoyancy. What does that mean?
Wait,
So they can stay afloat without using a whole lot of energy. That's what they use their air bladder for. Okay?
near the AB and that's
So it's going to go, it goes on, it's AB1. Okay? Now you're actually going to be gluing an AB2 there as well. And what I did to make mine a little easier was I glued AB1, AB2 on top of AB1 like this. And I glued them here like this, and then I glued them down together. You don't have to do that, but I
glued the two flaps together?
yes. And then I glued them down at the same time. That seemed to make it a little easier. Like this. I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to place it right here like this. Now, so remember about that air bladder. Okay, of course this one's not colorful, but you know, and you have to be gentle, and at time it will glue and stay down. Okay, so on top of that is your number 30, which is your kidney. So that is where, of course, we know your kidneys filters waste, right? Urine. It filters the liquid by excreting it from the body. We know all about that, unfortunately. Okay? Guys. Shh. Now, the next thing we're going to go to, AB1, AB2, we're going to go to our heart. Okay? Which is C1. So find C1. It looks like this. Really looks like a little heart, I think. You think? Okay, which I'll show you my heart here.
Is it 37, 36, and 38?
It is. It is. Right here's the heart. Right here. On the inside. So you're going to glue it to C. Okay, so it's going to find C on the inside. Right here is C. And you're going to glue it there.
Only CC over this side 18.
I'm sorry, what do we need to do again? I'm too busy helping Miles.
Okay, you're going to glue your C right here. It's right below G.
Okay, yeah.
And that is the heart.
So
Okay?
C1 you said?
And, I'm sorry?
You want us to do C1? Is that the
Yes, C1 on
Oh, I
C.
see.
Okay? Now, this is 36 36, 37, and 38, which includes the atrium, which is located on the anterior, like the end of the heart. That's where the blood is received in is through the atrium. And then you have the posterior of that is your ventricles, which pumps the blood. And then the 37 is the bulbus arterius, which is an enlarged chamber of the interior part of the heart, and that's where it maintains the blood flow through the gills. Okay? So there is the heart of this baby. We need to name him. What should we name our perch?
What was the name? Wait, what was
Goldie.
the name of
Goldie.
the projector we had in 4th grade?
Really long name and very
Can we name it Goldie?
It was like a 20-word long name.
Okay?
Can we name it Goldie?
So we're going. All right, we'll name it Goldie. That's the best name I heard. So we'll name it Goldie. All right, now, so we got our air bladder, we got our heart, our kidney, we got our heart. Unfortunately, we're going to the gonads.
I only remember the
Okay.
word Skywalker was in it.
You're going to find number 35, number 34, number 35, and 31.
And
Okay,
19
so again, you're going to put 34 on the bottom, glue 35 on top, and then you're going to glue that,
Wait, where's 31?
I don't know. Where does 31 go?
on the bottom. No, 31 goes on top. That's the little one. That's the little bitty, that's actually a urinary bladder. And then number 35 is the ovary with eggs. Number 34 is the testes. It has to do with reproduction.
We put this on
Wait,
R,
it's a
right?
boy and a girl?
Yes, you put this on R, just like I showed you. Okay, I'm gluing mine together again. And then you're going to put them on R right here. Okay, sort of match it up the way it's read. And it's going to go it's going to go like that. Notice that I don't have the little bulb on top, but it goes like that. Okay?
So, wait. Oh,
Now, these 34 and 35 have the organs of the male and the female. One produces the sperm, of course, one produces the egg, and those are used for reproduction. 31 is the urinary bladder, and that's where the urine is released. We're going to be looking at the digestive tract, which has an O1 on it. This is your digestive tract right here in the original, my original here.
Oh gosh.
As you can see, I went ahead and labeled my parts. It starts with the esophagus because that's where the food enters. The stomach, and then you have your spleen is the first little yellow, and then into the pancreas is the second yellow. It goes down through the intestines, and down through the rectum, and then the waste comes out the anus. Okay, so that is your digestive tract there. Now, that digestive tract needs to be glued first because then there's some things that are going to be glued on top of that. So glue down your digestive tract, which is this. It says O1, and it's going to go on O, which is right here. O. It's going to go like this.
It's basically kind of like gonna cover 35, but not completely.
Yeah. It's going to go like that. Okay? So I'm going to glue mine down. After you get that done, we're going to be looking at the liver, and the little dot there is the gallbladder, which is also part of the digestive tract. And then we have the little hand-like thing here, which is number 22. On the tab it says O2, and this is the pyloric, which, like I said, it secretes digestive enzymes to produce enzymes into the stomach for digestion. Okay? That's the parts there. So O2 goes on top of, or O2, the little hand goes on top. Let me put it that way. O3 on top, on bottom, O2 on top, just like that.
Oh, so it's like, it's holding like,
The hand goes on top of your liver and gallbladder.
oh, I get it.
just like this.
So it's gonna be like above 18.
And it's going to go on top of the liver. It's going on top of the brown one. It goes, so you're going to fold it over,
The brown one goes.
and you're going to glue it on top of,
Wait, which brown one? Oh, where it says the one that says 03? Yeah.
actually it's going on top of the digestive tract. It's going over top of the longer digestive tract, which is this one.
So the green.
This is, yeah, it's basically green. It's going to go on top of that like this.
02 and 03? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, I keep dropping everything.
It's just basically going to go on top of it like that. I may have, you know, your hand may go up or it may go down, but I think mine's going down, and this one it goes out, and the other one I'm not sure the exact direction, but it's fine. It's apart and it's there where it's supposed to be. Yes. Basically, the only thing you should have left to put on is these 3 purple gills, okay? Which are, I think, G1, G2, and G3. I've lost one somehow. Anyway, but not on my original, but on the one that I'm demonstrating for you now, you will see I have G2 and G3. They overlap. You can see how it goes from the smallest to the largest. And then you will notice on the inside of your perch, you have 2 G's. Okay? You have G's right here. G, G. And these go on top of G like this.
Did I glue them on one side? I didn't.
They're glued on like that. Okay?
Oh, I see.
Those are your gills. Of course, we know the gills is for breathing, respiration, things like that. Okay? Now, we're going to go over some more of the insides, but let me just give you another view of mine here, and then we'll talk about some more of the organs, okay? So-
above G, I think.
You got 3 G's that stack on top of each other right here.
I only see 2 G's.
Okay, then just put 2, because I only had 2, but there's supposed to be 3. No big deal.
I'm talking about like 2 G's inside of the.
This is the completed version, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit to you about the perch. A perch is a cartilaginous fish. It can be in fresh water,
Is it a bony fish?
somewhat, but mostly a cartilage fish, but it does have bone. All right, so they typically are found in China, Europe, Asia,
I think here too, maybe.
United States and Canada. Yes, they are found here. Now, notice that a identifying color to the perch, Miles, is yellow. Okay, and yellow or like a brass color. The entire body of the fish, guys, is covered with layers of spiny scales. The scales are sort of jagged. This doesn't do any justice for really what it looks like in real life. But along the midline of the fish on either side is called the lateral line, okay? And that lateral line is where it has a lot of its sensory organs. Okay, we know what sensory organs are for. They can feel pressure and movement and vibrations and all the things that are around them. There are 2 dorsal fins, speaking of this fin here and this fin here. There is a posterior fin. There's fin here, fin here, fin here, post and post, okay? Pectoral fins. Now, let's talk about its mouth a little bit, okay? Let's briefly talk about its mouth. The major sensory organs is in the head. Of course, the mouth is made up of a mandible, lower jaw, and a maxilla upper jaw, which is lined with very fine teeth. Their teeth is very fine and pointed to help them get their prey, their food, so that they can eat. The little black thing on the top part, we had to color black right here on the tip. Everybody see that? That's called a nair. that sits just above the mouth, and that provides an avenue of water to enter down into the oral cavity while the mouth is closed, so water can go in through the nair. Okay? There's an eye on both sides of the fish. You guys know about that. Now, there's two small openings. You will notice down here at the bottom, there is a yellow small opening and a green small opening that you were to color, I think. Somehow I did. One of those is for, serves the purpose for exit of the anus for digestive waste. The posterior to the anus is the vent, which is like a genital opening. And that's also common for like sperm, fertilized eggs, those type of things to be released, or urine. Okay, that's those two little holes right here. So if you're wondering how they go to the bathroom, right there. Okay. Now, the digestive system. We have a long digestive system here. All right. So of course the digestive system begins with the oral cavity because that's where the food is taken in. Of course, you have the teeth to grind it up, the food, into smaller portions so that it will digest down so it will go through the esophagus. If you look, I wrote on my little part here, esophagus. I know it's backwards, but I wrote esophagus. It goes down through the stomach. You see the spleen and the pancreas, and it goes down through the intestines, the rectum, and and then out. This probably goes down right here out through these holes, okay? I know it's gross, but anyway. All right, so this fish has a 2-chambered heart. They have a simple version. I hope you're listening because I could give you a quiz, Ezra. They have a simple version of a true heart, which is single, a 2-chamber, but they have single atriums and a single ventricle. Remember, the atrium receives the blood returning from the body, and the ventricle pumps out the blood through the gills. Okay? Let's see what else I want to bring up with you. This kidney. This is your kidneys right here. This little brown thing here is your kidney, and then the purple is your air bladder, which I told you about. What did I tell you about the air bladder earlier?
It keeps them buoyant.
Okay, yep, it will help keep them buoyant. That's exactly right. Of course, they have a skull. You can see the bones and the vertebrae and the spines. They do have a brain. It's relatively small, but they do have a brain. Just keep swimming. No, I'm just kidding.
They must be stupid then.
No. They're smart. So, all right. So, any questions on this? We're going to stop with that. Yes.
How do they think without a brain?
They have a brain. They have just a small brain, but they have a brain. They don't need a big brain.
It's like about as small
Okay?
as that.
God made them exactly the way He wants them to be.
About as small as that